Join me as I welcome our CIO, a seasoned business leader, angel investor, a big picture executive with a keen eye for operational detail, for execution excellence, proven track record in business strategy, startups, bootstrapping, team building, and growth, Mr. Krish Nangegadda, sir, who is the man for the change and the man behind the success. I welcome you, sir.
Good morning. I've been asked to speak about the changes, the transformation that is taking place in GITAM. I can go on and on for an hour or a couple of hours, but I'll keep my remarks brief. Commander Gurumurthy has already touched upon one of the strategic initiatives that we've undertaken. That is creating a center, or what we call Career Guidance Center, GITAM Career Guidance Center, GCGC. This is a strategic initiative that aims at not only fulfilling careers of every single student that graduates out of GITAM, but also I think there's a more important aspect to that of maximizing their potential. That's a qualitative feature of the strategic initiative, where we are not satisfied with just meeting the numbers, but can we claim that every single student has maximized his or her potential in fulfilling the career that he or she has aspired to embrace. So I think that is at the very heart of the program, and that's actually very close to me. That's what I would like to see. Getting a job these days is not difficult at all. You can get multiple jobs. But can you get into a job or a career that truly maximizes the potential that you have, that truly enhances your own abilities and creates a path towards a grand success in your life, not just in your career, but in your life? I think that is what we are trying to do, and GCGC is one of the initiatives to accomplish that. There are a few other initiatives. I'll just touch on a couple of them. We have taken up what we call a GITAM Research and Innovation Continuum. So what we mean by that is research is a very common, well-known aspect of any educational institution, and GITAM is no exception. We work with our faculty, we create an environment, we create the support systems for faculty to publish in high-impact journals, and publish high-quality publications. And that's an ongoing effort, so we go deep into that. We encourage that. We have created incentives and support systems to enable that. But the continuum I'm talking about is something that takes that beyond the paper. So typically what happens is you write a paper and that's normally the end of story. You don't see any life beyond that. We have created two other verticals, the innovation vertical and an entrepreneurship vertical. In the innovation vertical, you take your research effort and translate that into something meaningful for the industry, translate that into products. So that we are doing through the innovation vertical, where we're establishing several centers of innovation, we call them. Autonomous systems is one such example. Extended reality is another example. Medical devices is an example. So we go through a center, you go deep into that particular area and develop the expertise. And that's where when we talk about the industry interface, we bring the industry into that. I welcome all the industry that's present here to consider partnering with GITAM to establish these centers of innovation and in taking that domain expertise to the next level. So that is on the innovation side, where we expect a lot of patents, products, much deeper, much more meaningful publications, and ideas that would translate into entrepreneurship, the next vertical. Where in this vertical, the entrepreneurship vertical, we have established what we call a venture development center. So venture development center is already functional in all 3 campuses. We have the infrastructure built in Visakhapatnam, and we are building the infrastructure in Bangalore and Hyderabad campuses. So what we do here is take your product idea that you developed in the prior vertical and provide help to commercialize it. So how do you take that to market? What are the things that you should consider in realizing a business out of the product idea that you have developed in the prior vertical? It need not be a business idea. It can be something that solves a societal problem. Entrepreneurs solve problems. So if the problem can be a business problem or a societal problem. So that is the third vertical where we are encouraging the faculty and students to come forward, take the research work into translational work into entrepreneurship sector, where you can launch your products or services into the market. So that is something that's very, very strategic to GITAM. Why do we do all this? We ultimately, at the end of the day, we have to be a better university. We have to be a better institution that's imparting or creating an environment for students to learn. So take students to a higher level of learning is the ultimate goal of any education institution, and so is it for GITAMs as well. So the work that we do here in these 3 verticals has to translate back into better learning outcomes for students, better preparation for the students when they go into the market, when they go outside, step outside into the real world, they are better prepared to face the realities of life, realities of their career, and be competitive in the markets. So that is one initiative, the R&I continuum. There's one other initiative that I want to talk about. I think I'm out of time. This is what we call a GLAD Academy. We've established a GITAM Learning and Development Academy. This is not fully publicized yet, even within the GITAM circles. This has just been formed. So what GLAD Academy does is it provides learning and development opportunities for faculty, non-teaching staff, and students. So whereby you create an environment, create the content and the training programs and development programs to give an opportunity for all of these stakeholders that we have, our faculty, our students, and the non-teaching staff, to develop themselves. What I mean by that is, today if we, in GITAM, we have over the past 2 years, we have about 1,600 faculty and twice as many in support staff. So the 1,600 faculty, close to about 500 of them have joined us in the last 2 years. The last 24 months, about 30% of our intake of faculty, not 30% of the intake, 30% of the current strength of the faculty has joined us in the last 2 years. And whenever we need a leader, a head of the department or head of an institute or someone to lead an initiative, we look internally, we don't find anyone internally, then we go outside. So a lot of the hiring is coming from outside. Even when we want to bring a leader, we're going out and bringing the leader. The goal we have set for ourselves is, in due course of time, in the next few years or so, 80% of our leadership positions should be filled from within internal resources. So that's a very high commitment we're making. So that means we need to create an environment and all the support structures to make sure that we identify the talent in the very beginning, early enough, and develop the talent into leadership positions. Our leadership pipeline, there should be a pipeline of leaders where we want a head of the department, we want to fill a director's position somewhere, we want to look internally and hire. But 80% of the time we want to hire from internal source. That's the goal we have set for ourselves, and it's in motion. That's something that's also very strategic for GITAM. If you want to be a a premier university, which we want to be, we need to invest in our own people. We need to invest. We need to make these investments, and we need to commit to developing our own internal talent pool. So that's another initiative that is underway. GITAM, as you know, there are a lot of investments that are going on. We have 600 classrooms across the 3 campuses. We have undertaken a project to modernize all these classrooms. We have modernized about 180 of them in the first year. And in 3 years, another 2 years, we'll complete all the 600 classrooms, because technology has come a long way into learning, into teaching and learning, and we are not making good use of the technology in our teaching and learning processes. We don't have classrooms equipped for online learning or hybrid learning. So we don't have, touch wood, if another COVID-like thing hits us, what is going to happen? COVID has taught us how to harness technology and how to do our normal things and carry on our normal lives by using technology. We want to take that one step further and be prepared, modernize our classrooms to be future ready, and we have made a commitment for investment over the next 3 years. That project is going to be completed. We're investing heavily into our lab equipment. This year alone, we have already procured 50 crores worth of lab equipment. There's an 80 crore outlay that we have set aside, and 50 crores of lab equipment has already arrived, and it's being installed in various laboratories. So that's the type of commitment GITAM has to the future. The leadership is very, very highly committed to this journey, and we all are looking forward to welcoming you, the external stakeholders and the internal stakeholders as well, to take part in this and in helping to build a better GITAM for tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking us through the transformational change at GITAM, and also mentioning about the venture discovery and the importance of entrepreneurship, along with also giving us a brief information about the emerging industries, and as well as telling about how changes should be done in the classrooms in the way of smart classrooms and well-furnished classes.